Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the Ninja King, and today we're doing What If Nobita Was a Power Ranger. So yeah, let's not waste any more time and get on with my channel's intro. Hope people like this What If. Nobita was shown being training around as he was basically using the dragon morph to use more aspects of fire. He wanted to use plasma, but that was a lot more difficult as his dragon explained it. Plasma isn't the power of the fire, it's more of sun based than anything else. Which Nobita had to understand kind of didn't make any sense to him. But he didn't care much. As Nobita was training, the monsters looked at him. So, got any other cool suggestion for powers? Nobita thinks for a bit. Actually, I could definitely try the other ranger powers. Sakura looks at him. Ooh, that would be cool. What ranger team should we turn into? Let's turn into a team with 4 rangers. As then, Nobita gives all of them the Jungle Fury Morpher. It's Morphin time! As a claw of the mark of the Jungle Fury Ranger would come down as all of them jump out, as one of the 4 primary members of the Jungle Fury Ranger. The Red Ranger, the Blue Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, and the Purple Ranger. I guess I'm the Purple Ranger, Sakura would then say, smiling. I guess it makes a lot of sense. Nobita would then say, didn't they also have a 5th Ranger though? No, my mom would then say. Yeah, Nobita then says, remembering the files. Tommy didn't come out, or well, it's technically Hollow Tommy. Yep, that's correct. They did have a 5th Ranger, and his name was... Actually, I don't remember his name. Why don't you? I remember most of the Power Ranger team names anyway, so yeah, that's alright. Again, don't you all look at me like that. I'm a hologram of the original Tommy. Yes, and we're still trying to find you. So Nobita then looks at Tommy. Actually, can you explain to me more about Hexagon? As the all demorph. Yeah, we really want to know. Well, if you guys want to learn, I'll just give you the ones from my files, as the original Tommy gave me. Hexagon was a Power Ranger organization, as you all know. It was formed basically after a lot of threats happened. We all made it so that something like Rita Repulsor or Lord Zed coming back would never happen again. Again? Actually, where is Lord Zed right about now? Probably in that space planet somewhere. But who knows what's happening with him? The Ranger team consists of a lot of people running the organization, popping around, distracting it. We even had more recruits to become Rangers. Become Rangers? Nobody wouldn't say, yes, we're not all immortal, are we? Tommy would then laugh. We need a replacement, so over time we managed to get more recruits. Heck, even SPD helped us. You mean like the PD Rangers? Yep, the SPD Rangers. Time Force and everything else. Every Ranger team came together and made their own organization, worked together and everything else. Rangers were truly something else, entirely. Hexagon was working good until the internal conflicts happened. Internal conflicts? What do you mean? Let's just say, even though Hexagon was a great group, it had a lot of problems in it. Especially how I was dealing with back then. Hexagon. How were you dealing with Hexagon? I was less treating people like actual people and more like military soldiers, Heckle would then explain. Yes, Tommy was basically being a general leading an army of Power Ranger. And then he was taking offers from the government. The government helped you? Well, once you think about it, why wouldn't they help us? We saved the world countless of times, and of course they would want the most capable people stopping us. With their technology and money and influence, we all managed to do things we never thought we would. But that also came with multiple costs, problems, effectiveness, and everything else. Heck, there was a full-on revolution going on. Really? Nobody would then say, yep, a full-on revolution, but a lot of things happening. Heck, we even thought it was going to be the end of all Power Rangers as we know it. Well, as Hexagon was dismantled, every group went their own way, separated back. The ones that came from different universes went back to their universe. The ones that didn't get stayed in our world, and the ones that came to the future like Time Force went back to their timeline, explaining that Hexagon may have changed the future a bit. Nobody then looked at it, and then where do we fit in this? Nobody would then say, it's hard to say, the Dragon Force Ranger, we never found them when we were looking to mention. And again, there's a lot of Ranger teams we don't know about that are scattered across the multiverse. That's true, I would then say. I've met some few Ranger teams here and there as well. There's a lot of them we and a lot of people don't know about that are basically in hiding or in other planets as well. That's kind of correct. Tommy would then laugh a bit. Anyways, that was all the Ranger teams. So Hexagon was an organization created by you that had a lot of internal problems, and thanks to the internal problems, a lot of things went out of hand and boomed. The entire organization just dropped, pretty much. But why the name Hexagon? I was inspired by the name after the Pentagon. Hexagon resembles 6 sides, the same number of Rangers in each team. Yep, but not all the time. Yes, we basically looked at the majority, and majority of the time it was only 6 Rangers that kick ass. Yeah, actually I do have a question nobody wouldn't ask. Why is the sixth ranger always the most powerful ranger? I would shrug a bit. It's hard to tell. Maybe because they joined later, or maybe because their reason power was different. After all the six or let's say extra rangers got their powers in a unique way. I got mine, but with Ranger, the oh boy, that's a lot of things happening. I guess you're kind of correct. Six rangers, of course, they would be different, and it makes just sense. Yeah, Boyd still got his power from a different way as well. Six rangers' weapons are also very unique. Nobody did things right. Then what do our six rangers will be? No offense, Heckle. None take it. Heckle would then say, look at Nobita. I'm truly not a six ranger of this team. Actually, what ranger are you in the number of Dire Force? Well, I would be the 11th ranger. I see. The Dark Ranger, correct? Actually, can I look at the Dark Energy? Sure. Heckle would then say, pulling out a dark-like energy as Nobita looks at it. Wow, it's so different from what we originally thought it would be. Yep, it is, isn't it? Originally, the Dark Energy used to go and make people able to split their good and evil side in half. But now I've learned to control it a bit more. Interesting, Nobita would then say. For now, that's actually pretty not so bad idea. Yep. As then they hear alarms. The hell? As immediately they then go, immediately traveling fast and wide. Meanwhile, in the Dark Ranger's base, he was basically talking to his generals. I see. Is the machine ready? Yes, your Lord Darksif. I see them. Fine. Release him. As then a dark-like dragon knight would then come, bowing down to the Dark Ranger. The Dark Ranger licks his hands before letting him go through the portal. I wish I could go to that dimension. My lord, you as well as I know that the dimension will start rejecting your body the moment you enter it. Your body isn't still powerful enough to resist the force. Yes, the prime universes are always a stickle of a mud to go into. Too bad the other counterparts are not so hard. Yes, the closer a universe is to the prime, the harder it is to enter that universe. We all know that bit. As Nobita and the group would arrive, they see a dragon knight. A dark/black dragon knight. Oh, this one is new. He would immediately look at Nobita. I see. It's a pleasure to meet you, Red Ranger, leader of the Dragon Force Rangers. Nobita and everyone just look at him. He seems to be a bit different and something a lot more problematic for them. They don't know why, but they feel like that this is someone they're going to have a hard time with. They still have no clue why they're feeling like this. So they don't care much. Nobita and everyone then transforms as Nobita goes to attack. As the Dragon Knight basically just blocks his attack and sends Nobita flying. What the hell? Nobita wouldn't say stammering and seal dog. Roman goes blasting and sending water attacks, but the Dragon it immediately closes the seal. As then the seal goes immediately like eyes as it then gets the send water flying. As then he pulls out his sword again before clapping it again. As from the sword like seal came out Slake Knight and it's trying to cut him. As then Prince seeing this pulls out her battle axe and cut them in half. As Sakura starts using her magic, some gravity and other things to basically make him a magnet. As cars and things go flying at him before he cuts them in half. A lot of them. As basically he then just moves. Everyone was shocked. This guy, not only was he fast, he was strong. He immediately kicked Nobita away, breaking his armor a bit, before grabbing Nobita's head, slamming him to the ground. Nobita would then say, you're different? Of course I am different. What makes you think about that? Immediately pulling out his sword, he would look at Nobita before striking him almost down. As the diagonal side would go before his sword would be caught by a whip. Oh, now you don't. Shizuka would then say, Pink Ranger. Rin would then say, about time. Yeah, sorry for the delay. Immediately she would basically send the sword flying before using her whip against the Dragon Ranger. The Dragon Ranger with this Dragon Knight, which is basically grab, flipping her up before slamming her to the ground. Shizuka would then say, Wind Blast! As she sends a giant energy of wind sending him flying. As the Dragon Ranger just basically backflips, slams his sword down. How very interesting. With his dark-like energy, the Dragon Ranger makes a giant horse, a Pegasi at least. Starts riding it and attacks them. Nobita tries to block it with his sword. As he does, everyone would basically be getting damage after damage after damage. Nobita would then say, Heckle would try to come, but even he would be. This is something else. Nobita would then get slammed to the ground as they all are hopping and popping. I see. Immediately putting out his sword, red like eyes would then come. We can't move. What is this? I cannot move either, Nobita would then say. Meanwhile, the Dark Ranger just looks at us. I see. So the Black Dragon Knight is doing Very well done. Ah, yes, giving him all those upgrades was really worth it. It looks like the dragon rangers will fall by a night. How very particular. Still, I wanted to face them myself. But this is a win nonetheless. Damn it. Nobita would then say, feeling his body was turned to stones. What was this man? Who was he based on? And what was his powers? Pegasus, sealed, sword, statue, snakeheads? Why did all of that sound so familiar to him? Nobita would then think, as then he tries to trust on the morpher. His body is feeling too much like it's on rate. As he then does, as then a blast of energy would send the dragon ranger flying. Everyone, George! Immediately Oliver did call the George as everyone finally arrives. This time, for the very first time, they all decide to form the George. So I'm not gonna do it, it's already music playing in the background. As then, the first ever dragon force power in the George is formed. As basically, Suzuki's dragon becomes one of the legs, Doraemon and Vince becomes the arm, Nobita's dragon becomes the body, and then becomes the head, and then Rin's George becomes the wings as it flies up before it, and the sword comes out of it as well, seeing that it's the Red Ranger, but all the colors are still there. Yeah, it's a lot more different than what Nobita expected, but it was okay with us. Well, this is definitely different. Did we have to pull out the George this fast? Yes, Nobita would then say, striking him down. He pulls out his sword and, surprising to everyone, blocks him, but he gets pushed back. Take it! The Dark Ranger basically just falls. Black Dragon Knight. Okay, I wrote in the script multiple times his name is different, but yeah, the Black Dragon Knight gets flying as Nobita basically goes to strike him again. The Black Dragon Knight then blocks the attack again. A clash of metal can be heard across the city as Nobita basically sends him flying again, flying at him, holding him, and basically then flying, hitting him louder. As too bad for the tourists who were seeing this immediately started to run. Some takes pictures, and as the dead, Nobita basically slams him before opening his feet down as the jaw basically collapses. Like this! Aren't we getting too hard on him? Dude, we almost lost. As the Dragon Ranger gets back up. So Dragon Knight gets back up. Just having two people named dragons in the stories. Kind of ridiculous. The Dragon Knight just looks at Nobita. He has a grin on his face before he pulls out his sword. Now by this power of Medusa! Wait, as in the Greek, before all they could say it, I feel like the George's joints and everything else is starting to get decay, becoming stones. That is, I can't move! Nobita would then say, yet I can read. This is insane. Their body starting to turn into stone, as then they feel another burst of energy by the morphing grid. Right now, what's happening in the morphing grid is that even the morphin masters are confused. This power, how does he have it? He's using the power of the Greek Rangers, but that shouldn't be a thing. Not only Morphin Master would then say Morphin Master Red. It's kind of interesting if you think about it. Morphin Blue. The Blue would then say, if that's true, then how does he have the powers of the Greek Rangers anyways? Is he by chance one of them? No. They're perfectly fine. At least the last time we checked them. Should we by any chance check the universe? Just in case the Dark Ranger has done this. If the Dark Ranger has also taken out the Greek Rangers. This is bad for all of us. Indeed, it pretty much is. The fact that he's using Perseus' power is even more alarming to all of us. Back with Nobita, he was basically trying to take down this Dragon Knight. As they basically are not successful, sending him flying, they would use a Dragonic Slash! Completely doing the finisher, as he basically explodes. We did it, guys! Nobita would then say, yeah, my nick of time as well. You think our George could handle that many more blasts? I don't think it ever could. As the group were to salvate, meanwhile in the Dark Ranger, immediately a crack in the space orbit before he sends out his energy. As then a light falls down. You have to be kidding me. As the Black Dragon Knight rises back up, fully formed, I see my master has seen this fissure fitting. Now tell me, what else can you really do? Oh, shit. Immediately he says, before he slams it down, as basically he sends him flying, immediately jumping up into the air, slamming his hands down. The ground breaks and cracks beneath Nobita. As Nobita tries to get back up with his other team, the Joe before he just basically slams his sword ready again. Splash, 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 crack, and everything else happens. Explosion, 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 and the ground itself breaks multiple times. with no amount of proper essence or sayings. He gets back up before punching him away. Huff, this is harder than I thought. How about this? Suzuki would then start to use her light slash wind power to basically send a powerful blast of wind. The still one uses his water power. Then basically then trying to freeze him with the wind and the water. He wouldn't free himself. Not a bad showing, Dragon Rangers, but I'm stronger than I look. He starts slamming his sword against Nobita as well. Nobita gets him flying backwards. He was so confused. This guy was something entirely different from anything he or anyone has ever met. This guy is truly a monster amongst anyone. Nobita huffs and puffs. He tries to get back up with his jaw as well. And they wanted to finish this with another attack. Damn it! Rin then says, what's wrong, Rin? We're out of energy. Oh, son of a biscuits. As then, they see the Dragon Knight walking up. He walks to them ready to finish them up, as they're trying to get more energy from the morphing grid. But he feels like this may be the end. We're gonna lose like this? Nobita then says. His eyes are cracking and he demorphs for the very first time. Rin catches him and she also demorphs. Suzuki seeing this was surprised. Nobita was the Red Ranger. Heck, she wouldn't be surprised if he was a Power Ranger, but she thought he would be the Yellow Ranger, not the Red Ranger. And seeing Rin also there, it made her question everything. As then another Jord would then come down, slamming him away. As this time, Kami would then say, no way! As a few portal opens, a few more Jords would then come out. As the SPD Rangers. Don't worry, we got this, SPD then says. About time, Kami would then say, falling down on his, Nobita would then say, falling down on his knees. The other Rangers here to help us after all. As then, Nobita gets back up, the Jord's fully functional. Let's go, SPD emergency! One of the SPD Rangers then scream, going at it, so does Nobita. He flies off, slamming his sword down as all of them try to strike down the Black Dragon Knight. Black Dragon Knight sends an energy wave to them and starts slashing them in there. But then, he wants to make a final blow. The Black Dragon Knight screams, damn you won't! But just know, as he starts to go, he says one word that makes them all stop. You cannot defeat me that easily. In the hopes of another ranger team falling down, he will start to cry. And I'm just a knight. I hope you're ready for the generals. Before he explodes. They're all to stop them as they basically go down. And immediately, as quickly as the Archeum Rangers come down, they feel a surge of energy. All of them then screams, falling down. You guys okay? As then portals open, they all immediately get sucked back. What the hell was that? Nobita would then say, Heckle down is down. That is what I like to call residual energy. Energy? Did you wonder why I came here without my transformation? Why? Because this dimension, this universe, rejects Rangers if becoming transformed. But you've been fighting with us transformed. Yes, I said if they come in transformed. I figured this out after our last one. Billy tried to come here transformed as well. Wait, Billy? Tommy would then say, yeah, he immediately got rejected, so we had another theory. I guess there was no time other than this. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. But did you hear what the Dragon Knight said? If you can barely take me down, I hope you're ready for the generals. What does he mean by that? That is scary to think about. Suzuki then goes to Nobita. So you're the Red Ranger? Yeah, that's what you were expecting, right, Pink Ranger? You're probably an adult. Maybe something. As then Suzuki transforms. As Rin basically slams her face. Why didn't I think of that earlier? God! She basically is frustrated. Our eyes allows her to see the truth of everything. Yet she never looked into Suzuka more than just Suzuka. Hell, this was something else. Nobita starts falling down as no one catches him. Before he pulls out a gadget to heal all of them. We really don't want our parents to think that we're doing something wrong, are we? Nope. Yep. The Dragon Rangers are something else, aren't they? Only a group of bunch of idiots. Hey, actually not. Yeah, not that untrue. We really are a group of bunch of idiots, aren't we? All of them just laugh at our fact. And then you. It's true. Meanwhile, in the Dark Ranger, he was basically plotting some more. Even though we lost, the dimensional barrier was weakened. Eden looks at the dimensional barrier. He knew it would take one more powerful attack, or one more powerful being like him, to break this dimensional gate. And once they do, they will be ready. As the Dark Ranger gets up from his throne, he starts walking as he then sees an entirely different place. A cityscape, a very futuristic one. as Eden was down. To everyone that has followed my rules, I'm here to announce them. I just don't start saying names of all of them. You all will be rewarded with your constant staying. And remember the rules. Got it? As all of them basically nod their head. These people were surprisingly happy. The dragon means Max, but no one could see that behind under his helmet, as no one could have X-ray vision. As he basically starts to walk out before the pink dragon knight sees him. So, one more attack and that's correct. Until then, we will wait and make our armada. The armada will be our biggest attack of them all, Eden says, a smile creeping up on his face. Let the invasion begin. What would it be called? Maybe a countdown to destruction? No, he didn't think for a bit. How about a countdown to invasion? The pink dragon reads it and looks at him. I see. But how long until we officially arrive there? It's gonna take a few more months at best. As my highest general once said, they still need to get the gadget properly working. It's not just about how strong the gadget needs to be, but also how capable it is and how fast it can work. Hayden smiles a bit, knowing that it was true. The gadget, the technology that they were using, that had to be perfect. Especially since they took over the world and made it a much more better place. Not just in their eyes, but in many people's eyes. And so for now, the Dark Ranger sits down on his throne, thinking for a bit. He had met with Nobita the first time when he came to that universe, when his green dragon knight went to attack him. And yet, he still feels a bit weird to him. To see what has become of me. I hope you're ready. And I'm gonna end things up here. Hope people like this part, like, comment, and subscribe. And bye.